Welcome to Six Rings and Counting. I'm your host, Corey Idle, and joining me, as always, the bearded professor himself, the man whose phone is constantly blowing up.
Constantly going off.
Mr. Lou Willard. Lou, who calling you?
That couldn't have been better timing, could it?
No, it just worked out too perfectly.
I'm like, yeah, I just realized I forgot to silence my phone.
And this is a reminder for everyone in the audience to also silence your phone so you don't disturb the other patrons in the theater. Lou, we are rolling right into training camp. It's exciting. Football is right around the corner.
You got the first games taking place in about 4 weeks.
It's so exciting. I love it. Yeah. I hate saying goodbye to summer.
Preseason games, but
hey, it's football.
Yeah.
And it's not that Canadian trash where they're running 5 yards back off the line and straight.
And the goalposts are in the front of the end zone.
Yeah.
We're not doing any of that. This is not leather helmet days.
No, I can see why some people want to take over Canada. Your football's insulting. Anyway, we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about the Pittsburgh Steelers. And Lou and I have been talking a little bit offline here as there's been a little bit of a lull in the off-season movement. Mm-hmm. And we figured we each have some questions going into this season. Now, we are both very confident, I think, in this team and how it is built.
Oh, absolutely.
But we got a couple questions.
But yeah, there's always going to be questions. But if this thing play out right, I'll just preface it by saying this is a 12 or 13 win team. Yep. But the questions have to be answered. My number one question is, how will Aaron Rodgers look? He's in what most consider the most ideal offensive system that he can be in because it's all based on play action. And that's his game. That's always been his game, is play action. Yep. Especially when he's not, of course, he's not going to be as mobile as he used to be. Dude's like 41, 42 years old. So none of us are as good as we once were, but we can be as good once as we once were, if that makes any type of sense at all. Yep. So we just need him to be good one more time, and if he is, this is going to be a fun season to watch, which leads me to your biggest question. Is Mike going to coach, or is he going to bottle him up?
Yeah, my biggest concern and my biggest question is definitely with relation to Aaron Rodgers is Mike Tomlin going to continue to coach conservatively? Because frankly, this team is not built for that. This is a go team. This is a bunch of dogs and bullies.
Yeah, and this isn't the quarterback for that. No. It will fall off the rails if he tries to harness this quarterback. And you didn't coach conservative when you had Roethlisberger. This guy is arguably better than Roethlisberger. Not at this point in time at his age.
Sure.
But in their primes. Hell, he beat him in a Super Bowl.
Yep.
So at the end of the day, you have a 4-time MVP and a first ballot Hall of Famer. Man, turn him loose. What could possibly go wrong? It's either going to go 12, 13 wins, or it's going to go off the rails. You may as well find out right out the gate. So turn him loose.
100%.
You didn't pay the receiver $150 million or $130 million, whatever the crazy number was, which he earned. You didn't pay all that for nothing. You didn't trade for Ramsey and Jonnu Smith, basically Ramsey, because we're talking about Rodgers. You didn't trade that. You didn't draft the running back. You didn't bring Warren back. You're not pumping up Austin and Wilson. Mm-hmm. You didn't get Freiermuth all that money. You got 2 tight ends you're paying over $10 million a year. You got a receiver that you just paid over $100 million to play conservative. Oh no, you got to turn them loose, because what won't be your issue is the defense. If it is, I will be shocked. You just get Watt, $108 million guaranteed. 108 guaranteed. No matter what happens, he leaving with $108 million. They won't be the problem. I look for Patrick Queen to step up. Wilson, they got Harrison from the Ravens. They drafted Harmon in the first round.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to be solid. Your three corners are Porter, Ramsey, and Slay. Elliott and Thornhill at the safeties. Man, this defense is on lock.
Well, I know that was your second question, was the evolution of Patrick Queen.
Yep.
So what are you looking forward, or what are you looking for as far as an evolution is concerned? Is it more leadership in the middle? Is it actually being that guy? Or
it's him to quit thinking and start playing. See, when he was with Baltimore, he had the green dot. The green dot calls the defense. Mm-hmm. He didn't play well. And then when they traded for the young man from Chicago, which name escapes, but he's there now. He's a dog too, their middle linebacker.
Yeah.
That's who they gave the green dot to. And then Patrick Queen exploded. So, but your green dot guy has to be a 3-down player on defense.
Yeah.
It can't be your nickel guy, because he'll go in and out of the game. Somebody's got to call the defense. And you get one person, you can't get two. So it can't be anybody that can't see the offense either, if that makes sense. Like, it can't be, people say, then put it on Cam or put it on TJ. They can't see the whole offense. The linebackers can. So can the safeties, but they're not both necessarily guaranteed to be on the field all 3 downs. Your middle linebacker is. Middle linebacker ain't going nowhere. So that's who has to call it. So can he step up this year, call the defense, and still make plays? Last year, he got caught up thinking too much, and he was slow to react. He's catching blocks. Excuse me. Everybody was where they were supposed to be, so he didn't call anything wrong.
Right.
But he wasn't making plays because he's too worried about making sure everybody else is where they're supposed to be. And so by the time the play get going, he's catching his block. Everybody else is gone. And you can't have that this year. This is the second year in this defense, same exact defense, better personnel around him, just based on the draft pick of Harmon, Slay, the trade for Slay, and the trade, signing the Slay, and the trade for Ramsey. He should be faster. He should be quicker on his feet. Peyton Wilson has another year in the system. They got Cole back, so at linebacker position. So if he pans out, it's going to be really nice. Then you still got Harvick. You got Jack Sawyer. You got some dogs in there. I mean, so this defense should be, if Pittsburgh can, like last year we laughed, oh man, if they can score 20, they might win. No, if they score 24, these fools going to win a ton of games. Yeah. And with this offense that they have, why can't they score 27 to 30 if he turns him loose? Oh, because Aaron Rodgers is something different. Like, however you feel about him off the field, he is competitive. He's arrogant. He hears what everybody's saying.
I think you've led perfectly into what my second question was, being with the performance tied into Aaron Rodgers so much, is how's our offensive line going to look?
Look, they got him in. If Troy can stay healthy at right tackle, but he has to stay on the field. He proved himself last year. He just couldn't stay on the field, but when he did, he graded out really high. Yeah. No one's worried about Zach Frazier at center. He played amazing. No one's worried about Suamalu at guard. He played great. What's Broderick going to do?
That's it.
You going back to your natural position, and this is his last chance. Like, if he doesn't pan out a left tackle, they got to get rid of him. And I know they still got the left guard position to address. I forget who plays it, but that position wasn't an issue. You got all the boys over there. That's fine. But these 2 tackles, number one, the right tackle just has to stay healthy, and he's fine. The center's fine. It's Broderick Jones. Everybody says, how's the line going to play? Nah, damn all that. How Broderick going to play? If he plays well, it's fine. Yep. If he doesn't, because now we got to start juggling. because you can't bring Anderson in and put him at left tackle. So you're going to have to flip probably Troy to left tackle and put Anderson at guard and bump somebody out. Yeah, so, I mean, it's just all going to depend on what Broderick's going to do. If he can get his act together, he's at his normal position that he's always played, that he's wanted to play since he's been in the league. No excuses.
I think the interesting thing is that left guard position because Daniels is gone.
Yep.
Isaac Sumalo is supposed to be the guy. He missed all of last year because of an injury. So that left side of our line is the question. What is it going to be able to do? And I mean, again, it all falls back to it's so funny because off the field, again, I hate talking about this guy so much, but it just tells you the relevance of him in this game and for this team, because if that left side of the line is not working with Aaron Rodgers under center, there will be changes immediately.
Yeah, because he's not going to be mobile, nor should he be at 42.
No.
His job is to conduct he's the conductor of the symphony, is what he is. He's like we talked about in the episode that's labeled "Lose Love for Aaron Rodgers" because you and Armando think y'all slick, but it's not. He won't lose the game for you, but he can win the game for you. All you have to do is allow him to stay in the game, coach to lead them in the game, which this line is not on anybody else but Broderick Jones.
Yep.
Everybody else is fine. I have no issues with Isaac Suamalu. Mm-hmm. None. He will be fine. Broderick Jones has to play because he's protecting Rodgers' backside.
Yep.
And we'll find out in practice because he's going against T.J. Watt.
Exactly.
So if you can hold up against him, it's the best edge rusher in the league. Don't tell me about Myles Garrett and all that. Michael Parsons. Michael Parsons will become the best edge rusher in the league in about another year because TJ's aging out. But it's not because TJ's play is going to drop. I just think Michael Parsons is going to get that much better.
Yes.
So that's not a knock on either guy. But if you can block him, you can block Herbig, you can block Highsmith, you can block Sawyer. Son, you can block anybody in this league. And you're going to find out because you get Myles Garrett twice, even though they move him around because it's a different defense. And this is what people don't understand. T.J. Watt is a linebacker. Garrett is a defensive end. It's two different defenses. So people keep comparing them. Oh, he's busy. They don't even play the same position. Two different defenses. But then he gets Garrett twice and he gets Hendrickson twice.
Mm-hmm.
If Cincinnati get out of their own damn way and get him in money, they get him twice. So if he can hold up against the guys in his own locker room, whom I feel like our backups could start for any other team.
Yeah.
I know Highsmith could, or Herbig could start for at least 20, 25 other teams.
100%. Most of these guys.
Easy.
Good.
And 100%. I'm telling you, Jack Sawyer is going to be good. Mm-hmm. And just because I've seen him up the block the whole time he was here. So if he can hold up there, Broderick Jones will be just fine when we go to New York. No, as I'm going, but we go to New York and play the Jets. And they bring their pass rushers because they have a good defense too. Mm-hmm. But he'll be ready. Iron sharpens iron.
Let's stay on the
go ahead.
I was just going to say, let's stay on the offensive side here because I know you had one more big question concerning the receiving core.
Yep. As does everybody. Can Calvin Austin cement himself as the clear number 2 wide receiver? I, for one, think he can. I know there's been people, well, he's only 165 pounds. Man, this is not a weightlifting contest. We playing football.
That's it.
No one's asking him to block down on defensive tackles. Pittsburgh, they're asking him to produce when he's on the field. Aaron Rodgers, if he just listens to him, Aaron Rodgers will get him where he need to be. So if he can figure out how to connect with Aaron Rodgers no one's really going to do it from a mental standpoint, but from a eye contact standpoint and just hey man, I'm giving you the Iggy. If he figured that out, his kids, my bold prediction for him, he'll have 1,000 yards receiving.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you because the more I look at how this offense is being set up, especially when you have Freiermuth and Jonnu now set at tight end.
Yeah.
You have DK set out on the wide. Now you have Calvin Austin, and you even have maybe a veteran who has one good year left in Robert Woods as a possession receiver. But what Calvin Austin brings to this offense reminds me a lot of that Patriots team that went undefeated and lost to the Giants in the Super Bowl. Instead of DK, see Randy Moss.
Yeah.
See the double tight end set the tight end or the Patriots use.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and then when you see Calvin Austin, he's your Wes Welker. He's your Julian Edelman. He's that little guy that runs underneath and can take a slant 50 yards.
And the difference between them and him, he catch the ball, he gone.
Exactly.
If the dude guarding him missing, it's all she wrote. Yep. Dude can fly. That's why I say my bold prediction is he'll have 1,000 yards receiving, but I bet he doesn't have 70 catches.
Yeah, I could see that.
I bet you he doesn't, because he's going to have probably, I'll even phrase it different, have 1,000 yards and he'll have 6 touchdowns over 70 yards. Because if they miss him, it's all she wrote. And they're going to have to play bigger because Pittsburgh will lead the league in 12 and 13 personnel. 12 personnel is 2 tight ends. 13 personnel is 3 tight ends. They're going to put Darnell Washington 6'8", 265-pound ass on that line, and he's going to be another lineman. And then they'll run him out there with Jonnu and Freiermuth, and then the only receiver is DK. Then you'll have Jalen Warren or Caleb Johnson in the backfield.
Yep.
And they're just going to bully people.
Oh, that's exactly
why I
what
say
it is.
All they need is 21 to 24 points a game. And they're going to win 12 or 13. And the reason I say that is because to get those 21 or 24, they're going to have 39, 42 minutes of time of possession. A game is 60 minutes long. They're just going to wear you down.
Yep.
They made no secret about it. Look how big they are. This is one of the biggest teams in recent NFL history. Mm-hmm. I mean, damn, the tight ends are big as the guards. It's crazy. They're just leaning on people.
Darnell Washington is a little bit of a cheat code. That's the kind of guy you make in Madden to be on your team.
The running back is as big as Derrick Henry.
Yep.
Once they bring Caleb Johnson in, this fool is big. He 230-something, 240.
And unlike Najee Harris,
and can fly.
Likes to hit,
and he can fly. If he get loose, he gone. And we know what Jalen Warren can do.
100%.
And then the unsung signing is Kenneth Gainswell. Don't sleep on him. Somebody get dinged up, he'll be okay. He'll be right there in that third down row for you. So this offense has the potential to be a 30-point-a-game offense. Mike Tomlin got to let his ego go a little bit because you just signed an ego. Let him go ahead and control the offense, and I bet you they put up – my prediction for this offense this year is they'll average 27 points a game.
I think that's fair.
If they do, wow. If they do, we might change the name of the show.
We might have to. We might have to. It might be called Lou Willard's a Psychic, and it might be a call-in show.
I'm telling you, Calvin Austin, about 70 catches, 1,000 yards, because he'll have 6 touchdowns over 70 yards. This offense will average 27 points a game. And they're going to lean on everybody, and they're going to dominate the time of possession. Everybody at home listening right now, plug your ears, because I got to send a private message to Armando, our producer. Remind me to do a 1-800 number for Lou and a psychic line. If this works out, because we can make a lot of money off this.
The cards can reveal things that you will never see by yourself. Call me now for your free tarot reading.
Anyway, I'm just telling you what I see.
You can remove the earmuffs, everyone. We're safe. Our last question is pretty much the same. which is perfect because we're starting to run up against it here. So if I am correct, your question more specific is how will Juan Thornhill do?
Yeah.
My question is, how will the secondary look with Jalen Ramsey? Meaning, will Juan Thornhill step up and Jalen is our true nickelback? Or are we going to have to use Jalen as more of a utility player because Beanie Bishop and Corey Trice have stepped up and they're playing out of their minds? What exactly in this secondary what's it going to look like? All I know is if it doesn't work, we have options.
Yeah, you have options. Yeah, for the first time in a long time in that defensive backfield, you have options. I see it one or two ways. Yeah, and you have to look at it one or two ways, really. If Porter, Slay, and Ramsey, Porter at the 1, Slay at the 2, Ramsey in the slot playing that nickel, play really well, guess who else plays well? Juan Thornhill.
Yeah.
If that makes sense, because the pressure's off. All you have to do is just your job because they're not getting beat. So you don't have to do your job and cover up for somebody else. But if you're that bad and they got to drop Ramsey back, or if Bishop or Trice step up so much that they feel like they got to start them in that nickel and Ramsey goes to safety, how bad of a problem is that? You talk about good problems to have. Like if Beanie Bishop really steps up, or Corey Trice is more of a corner though, but if you play corner, you can slide in that slot. But if either one of those dudes step up in camp to the point where they're like, we got to get them on the field, so now we can move Ramsey back, that is not a bad problem to have.
No.
And because their plan now is to move Ramsey around, some nickel, and they're going to play him as some safety. They just don't want him to have to play safety. If that makes sense.
Yeah, no, 100%. We've talked about this before, and I love using the example of the Bengals because that's the best offense we're going to face. Best quarterback, and the two best receivers
because we play,
on the field.
That's period. Yeah, you're right.
Just so in that, and with our secondary set up, we've discussed numerous times how you have to defend Jamar Chase and then how you would defend T. Higgins with the personnel you got on the field. What do you do now when you have somebody like a Jalen Ramsey who can float around? Is that a Slay Ramsey combo on Chase and you just let Porter and Higgins battle it out?
Yep.
It's that simple?
For me, it is. Look, Patriots got 6 rings playing that same defense.
Fair enough.
With cornerbacks not as good as the 3 that Pittsburgh has right now. Arguably. They have some dogs now, and they have some dogs.
Oh, yeah.
Don't get me wrong, they have some dogs. But if you put Slay and Ramsey over the top on Chase and let Porter guard Higgins, everybody else got to fend for themselves. If our linebackers can't cover their tight ends, we need new linebackers.
Especially with Wilson, because he's as fast as any tight end in the league.
He's faster. Dude, run 4.3, 4.4 with one ACL. With one ACL. So, I mean, that's what I do. Whatever you do, when you play the Bengals, the dude that cannot beat you is Jamar Chase. Period.
Yeah.
When you play Pittsburgh, guess who cannot beat you? TJ Watt and DK Metcalf. If you let them wreck the game, you're stupid. You need a new game plan.
Let me ask you the last question here. We got about 2 minutes. Juan Thornhill, I admittedly am fairly ignorant on his play style. Is he more of a ball hawk type safety, or is he more of a knock him in the mouth when they dare to cross the middle on him?
I'm not real sure about him too much because he's been hurt the last 2 years. So his production in Cleveland, and I'm not too familiar with Cleveland's, what they ask of their safeties, because they're in a 4-3, Pittsburgh's in a 3-4. Different defense. Coverages are different. Their corners roll up a lot. Pittsburgh was dropping their corners back. So I'm not sure. You see how far Minka was back? Minka was 25 yards off the ball. So I'm not real sure, but if he stays healthy, they're saying from what I understand and what I hear, he's a ball hawk. but that's all it'll have to be. If he can play downhill and hit some people, great. Because we shouldn't need much help with these three corners we got.
No.
They should be able to lock down. Now, granted, we'll play receivers, Justin Jefferson, obviously Jamar Chase. You ain't guarding them one-on-one. If you try, you're stupid. You know what I mean? But again, we got three corners. Two of them can guard that guy. Your safety should still be free. Then you still have Elliott back there too. So all he has to do is his job. Whatever that is they ask of him. If you're in the NFL, you're going to hit. If you're on the Steelers, you're going to hit. If you're not going to be on the Steelers. They have one of the most physical camps in the NFL.
Yes, they do. And before we get hit by our producer, Armando, we're going to get out of here before we run over time. Lou, those were great questions. This was a fantastic show. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. And as we always do, ending the show, check out our home podcasting network, which is calibrationmediagroup.com. There you can find all sorts of shows. We have Fashion at 50, a little something for the ladies. And we have movie review show, little comedy action. And Lou's second show, Backstage Buckeye, is getting ready to really get cranked up. So everybody go over there, calibrationmediagroup.com. For Lou Willard, I'm Corey Idle. This is Six Rings and Counting, and we will catch yins on the flip side.